Hello everyone, it's Honey Lou. So today I'm gonna do a awesome haul video. It's like a epic haul video, I would say, or a mega haul video of out of print decks. This is pretty cool. So I want to give a big shout out to this company called The Eye. They are a metaphysical store in Minneapolis. Minneapolis. Yeah, let me check, double check. Yep, Minneapolis. And they are in the United States. I am going to post a link below in the description box with their web, where it's going to link you to their web store. You could book readings, their eBay store, and their Smartass Tarot podcast that they go live on Instagram every Sundays, but I believe they are on a break right now. But it's pretty cool. You could call them and text them a question and they'll answer it, and it's like supposed to be fun and light and sarcastic humor, kind of cool things like that. But so I probably bought like maybe 70% of my decks from their eBay store. So I'm pretty close with them. I worked with them many times before, and they gave me the opportunity to shop some more out of print decks. So I got 15 decks from them, and we were able to compromise on a price, and it worked out, and they sent me 15 out of print decks. I believe they got all these out of print decks from somebody who inherited tarot decks, and they took them to their store, and then they just bought them from them, or bought them out from that seller. And so, yeah, a lot of my decks are from this certain tarot lot that was inherited. So I have a lot of out of print decks from the same person who owned them before and who passed away. So I think that's really cool, and I wanted to share their stuff because I got a really good price. They have a few decks on eBay right now, and you could check them out, and they like to bid. So make sure you bid, and they will compromise with you. Also, if you like this and you want to see what else I got in their store, hit them up and say Honey Lou sent you, or you watched Honey Lou's video on YouTube and you want to see more decks. So I'm pretty excited about this. So it's only for United States. You have to live in the United States, and they will ship to you for free shipping. They also gave me freebies. So my Albano Tarot I got from them. What else decks? I got my Thoth deck that was sealed from them. I got a few other decks. Oh yeah, I got my Medicine Woman Tarot. I got my other Medicine Woman Tarot. And then I got like this from them. And then I got, what else did I get from them? I got a lot of decks from them though. And we were always able to compromise, and so yeah, I made good friends, and it's kind of weird how you meet friends in different ways, and so yeah, I talk to them pretty daily, or once a week at least. But yeah, so they sent me free gifts from my purchase. I got this cool ritual blend, oil blend, and then I got another blend from them too. Let me show you. And it smells really good. It smells like oranges, but it's a vegan blend. And so this is their thing. Aura clearing. And you get points from their store too, even if you shop online. So I believe that I get a free reading. I'm assuming, because they did say that. But I have a lot of points from them. And then I never smelt this yet. Ooh, that smells good. That smells nice. And like these decks smell like their store too, and their store smells good. Yeah, this has like more of like a citrus smell. It smells nice. Okay, and then they gave me this little out of print Albano-Waite, I don't know how to pronounce it. This little baby deck, and it's so cute. And it's sealed. a lot of these decks came sealed. I just opened them up because I tried making a video not too long ago, yesterday, and it was 43 minutes long. So I'm going to try to do this a little bit shorter than 43 minutes, but this is 1983 deck. So cute. I've been actually eyeing this up on eBay and it was saved on my wish list, and so I'm excited that I have it now. Okay. We'll deal with that later. But let's just go through the decks. Okay, so this is exciting. And another thing is I totally manifested this. This is an opportunity of a lifetime that I always wanted to do. I've seen people on Facebook do things like this, and I was like, I'm gonna do that someday, and this is my day, my dream time, you know, dreaming about decks. And I actually got to video chat and we went through all the decks. I basically just got like a little dent out of how many decks they have at their store right now. They also have demos in the back too, and you could get those for cheap too. But yeah, so I picked out the Shakespeare Tarot, Romeo and Juliet Tarot. I don't know what year this is from, but it's pretty large. And I wanted this deck for a long time. It kind of reminds me of the medieval Scapini, but it's a lot different. I see a major difference. For a long time I didn't want to get this deck because it did remind me of that one too much, but they are completely different. I wonder if it's from the same artist. Ooh, I like that. This is like more colorful and brighter. And I really like the card stock. I love that card. And there's like, here are the backs too. There's another Shakespeare Tarot that I want to get. Marlena posted a video of her Shakespeare. It's like a pip deck that looks really nice. But I'm into Shakespeare. I love poetry. We learned about Shakespeare in school, and I was like the only person to actually memorize the poems from Shakespeare. And so yeah, it's something that really intrigued me and I loved, because I have ADHD too, and so it's really hard for me to kind of focus on stuff, but like tarot is something that I hyper focus on majorly. So I work with creativity. That's what gets me going, is creativity, or I procrastinate a lot. And yeah, so the Sacred Rose Tarot deck by Joanna Gargulo Sherman. This is out of print, I believe. I don't know if it's still available, but this is a vintage one. This is in 1982. I'm pretty familiar with this deck. I've seen the Sun card before. And it's like kind of like that Fae energy a little bit. I'm not too sure, but it kind of gives me that Fae vibes. I don't own any Fae decks except for the MJ Colleen, yes, this one. What is that one called? For Hoxa Tarot. That one's really beautiful. Cardstock's nice. I like the backs. It's illustrated pips. Okay. So that is the Sacred Rose Tarot deck. I'm just going to put that right there. Another one I was really excited about is the Tarot Bulby. I wanted this deck for a long time. I don't know why this deck is out of print, because this deck is awesome. I love the backs. I think it's timeless, and I don't think it's outdated. I really love the colors on this deck. People are beautiful. There's a similar deck out right now. It's out of print right now, but it's going to have another print run. It's an indie deck. I forgot the creator's name, but it's called the Estrella Tarot, Estrella, I believe. But that's a deck that reminded me of this deck, and I wanted to get that deck because it would have kind of gave me the fix of this deck, because this deck has been on my wish list for a long time. But yeah, all the decks that I got would have took me years and years to get, like, just because they're so expensive on eBay. And yeah, and I wasn't really like, I was actually pretty like happy about my collection. Like I was like, I'm pretty set on my collection. I think I'm good for buying more decks, or you know, I didn't really care if I bought any more decks. And when I had this opportunity, I couldn't let it down. I was like, no, I have to try it out. And then I had like that aha moment, like, wait, I did totally manifest this moment, so I am going to do it. And I was really happy because I did get a really good deal. And this would have cost me a lot more than what it did. So I definitely saved a ton of money. Okay, this is the Elk Singers Perfect Tarot. It says 1983 by H.M. Nelson. This deck is cute. For like this picture kind of like, what's that word? Here are the backs. But anyways, it's a animal deck, and it's kind of pippy. I think it's super cute. I can't wait to work with this deck. This is like one of my favorite decks that I've got. This deck surprised me a lot, but I can't wait to work with it. Let me show you the majors. That's where it really shines, but I do love the pips. I've never seen this deck before. I think it's gorgeous. This is my favorite card right there. Love it. This kind of reminds me of Medicine Woman, or not Medicine Woman, the Mother Peace Tarot, a little bit, that art style. Okay, I got Tarot of the Spirits. This is kind of Thoth inspired. This deck is still out. This is just a vintage copy of this deck. I cleaned it up this morning, and I was looking at it because I got half of my decks yesterday, and then I got the rest today. But I bonded with like probably 5 of my decks yesterday with cleaning them up, and so I'm really excited about this deck. It reminds me of Shimmering Veil Tarot and like Margaret Peterson kind of tarot, and you could see that it's a little bit Thoth inspired. My favorite card in this deck is probably the Fool and the Moon. And I like how colorful it is, but it's very like muted. The sun's really pretty too. I was really excited about opening up this one. This is cool. I love the butterflies. You can see that's very Thothy. I love the colors. I kind of feel like this is my favorite card. The cardstock doesn't really match the art in this deck. Like I feel like this deck should be like on a really nice indie deck kind of cardstock, like that UV coating, like super fancy kind of, like that's what I think. I just feel like it doesn't really match, but really nice cardstock. It just doesn't match the art, if you know what I mean. Oh, and this is what year? 1992, the year I was born. So it's 30 years old. One of my other favorite ones I got was the Eagle Rub Terra. As soon as I saw this deck, I was like, yes, that one. It's by Piatnik. And this is a 1992 deck too. And this was on my wish list for a long time. It's really thick. You cannot shuffle it. It's unshuffleable. But you could do it like this, and it actually is really comfortable in the hands to do. And I actually like the cardstock. I think it suits the artwork. And I love the backs. It's really nice. I had the, what is it called? The Divas Tarot by Piatnik. I didn't like that one. Same cardstock, but it just didn't suit the deck. And it was dirty. This is like brand new. I played with it a little bit, so that's like the little things. Why there's like a little bit of scuffs on it, because it's from me. But this deck is brand new. I cleaned it up. It's super clean now. All of these decks are pretty much brand new and clean, but the fact that they're so old, you could feel like that little dust particles on them, even with the sealed decks that I got. But I am super stoked about this deck. I really love the color palette. It's like kind of like that Russian Orthodox kind of art style culture. I am Russian Orthodox, so I know this kind of art, and it's my culture, but I am not very into like religion or anything, just so you know. I'm very open-minded, and I am accepting to it all, but for me, I'm more of like, I kind of go with like my intuition more. If it aligns with my soul and if it feels right, that's when I know it's right. But if it doesn't align with my beliefs and my feelings, then I know it's not for me. And but yes, I do love culture and religious art and any kind. I love it all. Gypsy. Go with the flow. Or is it a boho? Bohemian. This deck, I don't know what it's named, but it's by University Book Inc. I was really excited about this deck, but it's a vintage Rider-Waite Smith deck. And I really love the cardstock on this deck. I also cleaned it up. And I like how it says this on there. It's Tarot by Arthur Edward Waite. And I like how it says how you can send a check or cash or money order to, and that's how you got decks, and they buy the postage. But this deck is it's a misprint. So you see the back, and you see that. See, this is upright, but there's a misprint that way, and then the World card has a misprint. And you could see a little bit, like it's kind of like that psychedelic, overly saturated kind of look. I like it. I like the pinks. And I love the star card. Let me just show you the World card. And that's beautiful. But yeah, the cardstock is like laminated, but it's like really flexible. And okay, so it must be right here. Okay, so you see how it's like that and that. It's like a misprint. Oh, I wanted to show you how it's really flexible. So look at, super, yeah, it's really flexible. That old school laminated kind of cardstock. I was trying to figure out what year this was. I don't remember. Too late. The deck that I'm the most excited about is this deck. It is the, hold on. It's the Taroki di Dante el del Fedele di Amor. That means the Tarot of Teeth and the Faithful of Love. I posted this deck on my Instagram. I cleaned it up yesterday and I love it. I've never heard of this deck before, but here are the backs. Really nice, beautiful. So I cleaned it up, I put this in there, and I wiped all the cards down. And so it's cool, it's like it's laminated in the front with the art, but it's like matte on the backs. And it's like medieval kind of art. It's Italian deck, but this is probably my most favorite deck that I got out of the whole bunch. They had other Taroki or decks there, and I kind of regret not getting them because I was kind of just like picking what I wanted because I was like a little bit worried about the price, but the price was really good, so I regret not getting the other Taroki decks they had there. And there was like another deck that I regret not getting is the Universal-Waite deck. It was a vintage copy, and there was some Marseilles there. I do recall seeing another Rider-Waite-Smith deck. You know that one that's like Moon Baby? That used to be a game? Yeah, I regret not getting that one. But yeah, they have a lot of decks there that are still available. Like I said, I just got like a little dent out of that collection, so I would definitely hit them up. This is my favorite card. Super excited about this deck. Oh, it's so nice. Look at how funny. And I love the color palette of this deck too. It's so cool. It's so cute. Probably my most prized possession at this moment. Okay, so this one was exciting. Crow's Magic Tarot. So this deck I talked myself out of. I wanted to get it because everybody raves about it, and I talked myself out of it because I was like, you know, I got my Thoth. This deck isn't really my aesthetic. It's a little bit more darker. I like more of the lighter, brighter, like colorful decks. And this one, like it was appealing to me, but it just wasn't my aesthetic. And so I talked myself out of it. I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to get it. I'm happy with my collection, and so I'm not going to get it. I wasn't going to pay the $150 for it. But when I saw it there, I snatched it out. I was like, yep, I'm getting that deck. I am excited to work with this deck now. Yeah, I was definitely not going to turn it down there. No way. So I finally get to check this deck out. I get to see what the whole thing is about this deck. I love the universe card. I like the keywords. Sorry, I'm going super fast. And this is like brand new. Okay, so let's see. I got the Golden Rider Tarot. I got a second copy. This one's in English. It's still sealed, so I'm not going to open it up. So I got a backup copy of this deck. I was really stoked about that. And that deck looks like this, but I have the French edition. And after I got that, I was able to work with this one more because I was a little bit more like careful with this deck. I didn't want to scuff it up or ruin it. And now that I have an extra copy, I'm going to use this deck more often, which I have been. I've noticed this deck is like more of a nighttime deck. I think the colors really stand out when I'm using it at nighttime. But I love the cardstock. The cardstock, it's not as like, it scuffs up pretty quickly like the Albano Tarot does. But I still really love that cardstock. I think it suits the deck and it makes it more vibrant and colorful. Okay, another deck that I got was the Nobel Geldi Tarot. It's by El Menelgo. Menelgo. Al Menelgo. Sorry, I'm never going to be able to say it. Okay, this deck is really cool. So this doesn't have a written thing of what it is from, 1983. I think it's really beautiful. I really love that papery cardstock. It looks like it's nice and feels really good, and it's sturdy too. But this deck is beautiful. I haven't bonded with this deck yet, but I got this deck in yesterday, and it's really cool. Here are the quartz. And there's the pips. I got the Taroki del Visconte deck. This is an outer print version. I don't know who it's by, but this is my first love deck, the Visconte deck. So I wanted to get this one for sure. But I love the pips in this one. Here are the backs. I haven't got to use this deck yet. I still got to clean it up because you still could feel that dust particles, but you could see there's, it's really beautiful. So nice. I really like this one. I love the cardstock too. The cardstock feels really good. And it's like flexible. I love that. Super cute. I got the Enochian Tarot. It's by Llewellyn. This deck is cool. It came sealed. I opened it up. They have another one of this deck there too. They just gave me the one that was sealed. But I like the cardstock. There's like a lot of esoteric symbolism. Very old school cardstock too. Like that laminated. But it's really nice. I think it's cool. A little sticky, so I'm gonna have to do that. Use a dryer sheet and kind of get them to unstick a little bit. But it feels very clean. I don't feel any dust particles. Don't know if this deck is still in print. I do recall them saying that the Llewellyn Publications is there, where they're at, so they're pretty close to that company. This is in 1989. This deck is older than me. Okay, I got another one of the Albano-Waite. So I got the mini, and I got the standard tarot size. And I think this deck is beautiful. I cleaned it up last night and used it. I really love the coloring. The first time I saw this deck was on Second Thoughts About the Missions YouTube channel. She uses this deck a lot, and after I saw it there, I really wanted to get the deck. So when I saw it at the eye, I was like, oh yeah, I want all of these decks, so I picked them up. And I had the sealed copy of Barbara Walker Tarot, and I wanted to compare it real quick to the tin version because there's not a difference at all. So the tin version is actually wider than the vintage copy. So the artwork is a lot bigger, as you could see. and it's a little bit, this is the vintage copy, this is the tin. So it's a little bit just longer, but the tin is wider. And you could see that it is a little bit bigger. So there's not much of a difference. Even with the cardstock, it feels exactly the same. Just so you guys know. I always wanted to know if there was a difference, but there's not. But, okay, I have one more right here. The Light and the Shadows Tarot. This is a block print tarot. I thought that was kind of cool. I always wanted a deck like this. This is what year? $1997. I don't know if this is still in print, but I think it's really cool. It's illustrated pips. Cardstock is like that laminated feel, but it's really nice. It's like a perfected block print art. Oh, how cool. It looks like the Thoth. Can't wait to work with this deck. So cute. Nice and big too. But I think that's all my decks. It's at 15. So I got actually 16 decks from them. And I'm pretty happy with my selection. Definitely go hit them up if you're interested. Check out their web store, their website, their eBay. If you don't see what you're looking for on their eBay site, ask if you could see what else they have. I'm sure they would love to show you guys. I don't think they want to sit on their decks, just so you know. You might get a good deal too. I definitely would make friends with these people. I am super grateful for this opportunity, so I definitely want to share with you guys about them. I think they deserve a shout out. So here are my decks that I got from them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My older baby's coming in tomorrow, and so I gotta clean up the house and get it all nice for them. But yeah, these are my decks, and I'm super excited. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I am excited. Let me know what you think. Hit them up, tell them Honey Lou sent you, and I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye.